for some sort of a miracle. The Leopard.
It's going to be picked up by Ferguson. Throw.
Flood, that's going to be popped over to the third baseman, throws it over.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome back inside Leopard Arena here on the campus of Lindsay High School, where tonight we got conference play once again as your hometown Lindsay Leopards and Leopardettes play host to the Marlow Outlaws. Hello, everybody. Jake Rutledge alongside Eric Dodson and R.J. Brooks over here doing all the heavy lifting for us. And, partner, this one should be a good one. This was one back in late 2023, early on in the season. We traveled down to Marlow. Girls end up losing that one at a last second right there at the buzzer. And the boys' game, it was back and forth, also went down to the wire. And I expect both games here tonight to be just as exciting as it was late 2023.
I agree, Jake. You know, it was the first or second conference game that we played in the season, getting things rolling. And there were a lot of factors that contributed to the loss for both teams. Mm-hmm. But if we just do a couple more things right, get a couple more calls go our way, because if I remember right, I think the Marlow Outlaws benefited quite a bit for some questionable calls or maybe some 50-50 calls. And, just a few of those go our way, both of those outcomes are different. And I just got to feel pretty comfortable saying, I think Leopardettes and the Leopards are both going to come out with W's tonight.
Yeah, that was specifically the girls' game is what stands out most to me. Maddie McGowan, she was in foul trouble most of the night. Did a good job during that second half, not getting her, her last foul. And then she actually does pick up her final foul, her fifth and final foul there with about, 45 seconds to play or so. And lo and behold, what does the Marlow coach do? She dials up a play to work the ball down low, gets it to their big girl, and she hits one right at the buzzer. It wasn't necessarily a layup, but it was a little floater underneath, kind of in the lane there. She gets it to go, and, that ended up being the difference in that ball game. Maddie played a well of a ball game that night. I don't remember how many points she had just off the top of my head, but Maddie does a good job of most nights being right along the top, as far as leading scorers goes. And Maddie had a good game that night, just found herself in foul trouble. And credit Marlow, they took advantage of it. They dialed up that play and got it to go there at the buzzer. And then the boys' game, that one was back and forth. Leopards had a lead, I believe, right there at halftime, or did they were cut. Credit the Leopards. They did a good job, kind of battling and staying within reach there in that second half. Just unable to get it to go there at the end, and that was the difference in that ball game. The momentum swings in that one.
Yeah, in that boys' game, like you mentioned, I believe Hernandez fouled out early with hardly any playing minutes, and the rotation is totally different now than it was at that game at the beginning of the season. So it's going to be interesting to see how they match up this go around. This will be the second time they meet each other this year.
Yep.
I don't know. A good ball game, Leopardettes and the Leopards, just like we talked about. It's going to be exciting all the way through.
Yeah. Had a couple good ones down in Marlow here a couple months back, and like we talked about, expect nothing but that again here tonight here inside Leopard Arena. So we're still about a minute and a half or so away from getting things tipped off here inside Leopard Arena. We got Oklahoma coming up, going to be performed by your Lindsay cheerleaders. RJ, he's already mentioned he's going to be sure and get that film for everybody back. he's got the duties of filming Oklahoma here tonight, and then the national anthem will follow that. But we'll be back in time for Doyle Gredeman to introduce both starting lineups for you. But in the meantime, everybody relax, get you something cold to drink, and enjoy these ball games here tonight. We'll take us a quick break, and we'll be right back. You got Leopardette basketball coming up live on the Leopard Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our visitors from Marlow. This time, if you would please remain standing before the national.
Bow your heads with me, please. Jesus, I just thank you for today, Lord. I thank you for everything you've given us, Lord. And I just thank you for this lovely rainy day. And I just pray that we all have safe travels back home.